Hey guys, let's get real for a second. Have you ever been in that frustrating spot where a woman seems genuinely interested and then just disappears like a ghost? You're left staring at your phone, replaying every interaction, wondering what went wrong. Or maybe you've noticed a pattern. You meet women, sometimes even attractive ones, but it's always the wrong fit. You end up either alone or dating someone who isn't really what you want. Sound familiar? If it does, stick around, because in this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 reasons high-quality women walk away. And here's the kicker. You're likely doing these things without even realizing it. And don't worry, this isn't about changing who you are at your core. This is about upgrading how you show up in the world, the subtle cues that women pick up on instantly. By the end of this, you'll see yourself and your dating life in a completely new light. Before we dive in, quick heads up. If anything I say resonates, hit that like button, leave a comment about your biggest struggle, and share this with a friend who's been struggling in the dating scene. Trust me, they'll thank you later. Reason number 1, your image isn't working for you. Let's start with the first reason, and it might hit closer to home than you think. Your image, and I don't just mean looking good in photos, is speaking for you, whether you realize it or not. Women are wired to notice tiny signals, sometimes before you even open your mouth. Think about it. The human brain has been trained, biologically and socially, to spot risks and opportunities quickly. And in dating, a red flag can appear in a second. Here's a common scenario. Imagine your social media feed. It's a chaotic mess. Reposting memes, following dozens of women you find attractive, a few throwback party photos. Offline, maybe your posture slouches, hygiene is inconsistent, energy comes and goes. What do these things tell a woman? She doesn't need you to explain yourself. She senses it. And if she's a high-quality woman, she'll pull away before you even get to have a real conversation. So what can you do? First, clean up your digital footprint. Social media should reflect who you truly are, not just random snapshots of your life. Second, align your offline behavior. Posture, hygiene, energy, consistency. When you present a coherent image, women feel safe. They see reliability, and that subtle pull starts happening naturally. Imagine this. You walk into a room, head held high, clean cut, and present energy that matches your intentions. That single adjustment can transform interactions entirely. It's like swapping out static noise for a clear, powerful signal. Reason number 2, your attitude pushes quality women away. Now, let's get into something even trickier, your attitude. You could have the best looks, the best career, and still watch good women walk away if your attitude isn't aligned. Women are incredibly attuned to emotional stability. They feel your energy, your steadiness, your authenticity before they consciously process a word you say. Think of the 2 extremes, overconfidence and excessive gentleness. Overconfidence often masks insecurity. You might boast about achievements, show off on purpose, or act like you're untouchable, when inside, doubt eats away at you. On the other hand, being overly timid or excessively agreeable can also backfire. You think you're being nice, but she ends up carrying the emotional load, subconsciously feeling like she has to keep you grounded. Both extremes signal instability. Here's a story from a client I coached. He was a smart, funny guy, but always overcompensated for fear of rejection. On dates, he'd flex accomplishments, try to be witty, almost theatrical in confidence. Women initially seemed interested, but one by one, they'd vanish. Why? They felt the energy didn't match reality. He wasn't bad, he just wasn't steady. Once he started showing grounded honesty, admitting small insecurities, keeping his energy consistent, women's reactions changed dramatically. Actionable takeaway. Start being steady, grounded, and authentic. Not fake bravado, not passive submission, just real. High-quality women sense this instinctively. And here's a little experiment. Next time you're on a date, notice her energy when you speak truthfully versus when you overperform. You'll see a clear difference. At this point, you've got a sense of the first two reasons why good women slip away: image and attitude. These are subtle but powerful. And if you're noticing patterns here, don't stress. It's fixable with awareness and small intentional shifts. In the next part, we're going to dive into reasons 3 and 4, why your environment and hidden fears might be silently sabotaging your love life, and I'll give you precise steps to turn it around. So if you're serious about attracting high-quality women, hit that subscribe button now. Drop a comment about which of these two reasons hit home the hardest, and stay tuned. You're about to have a light bulb moment you won't forget. All right, welcome back. By now, you should have a solid understanding of how image and attitude can make or break your chances with high-quality women. If you haven't already, pause for a second and think, which of these two areas do you see yourself struggling with the most? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. Now, let's dig into reason number 3. You're searching in the wrong ecosystem. This one is a game changer, and honestly, it's something most men completely overlook. Here's the truth. The places you spend your time directly shape the people you meet. Bars, clubs, and party scenes, they're like fast food for dating. Instant gratification, high energy, but low nutritional value. You'll find chemistry there, sure, but it's rarely aligned with long-term quality. Contrast that with workshops, classes, professional communities, or volunteer groups. These are ecosystems where values, skills, and personal growth are on display. Women there are showing their priorities, their consistency, their seriousness. Suddenly, you're not just interacting, you're filtering by alignment, often without saying a word. Let me share a quick story. One of my clients spent years bouncing between clubs and dating apps, frustrated he never found a good woman. When he started attending photography workshops, volunteering, and joining a running club, things shifted dramatically. The women he met weren't just attractive, they were aligned with his lifestyle, ambitions, and mindset. Within months, his dating life transformed. Why? The ecosystem reflected the type of person he wanted to attract. Actionable advice. Take a hard look at where you spend your energy. Are these places attracting the kind of woman you truly want? If not, start exploring communities, courses, or networks where values are visible. You'll meet fewer people, but the quality skyrockets. Now, moving on to reason number 4, you fear commitment more than you admit. This one is brutal because it's often invisible to the man experiencing it. Most guys think they fear losing freedom, but dig a little deeper and it's really about losing a sense of self or emotional safety. Commitment triggers old insecurities, past heartbreaks, and the fear of failure. Here's a scenario. You meet someone incredible. You're drawn to her, you enjoy your time together, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you're hesitant to open up fully. Maybe you keep plans flexible, keep conversations surface level, or unconsciously pull away. Women feel this instantly. They sense the partial commitment, the walls you're keeping up, and before long, they retreat. Not because you're bad, but because the energy doesn't signal readiness. Let me tell you about Alex, another client. He was terrified of commitment, but he didn't even realize it. Every time a relationship started getting serious, he'd find reasons to step back. Small excuses that seemed rational but were emotionally driven. Once we identified the fear, Alex began experimenting with gradual openness, sharing thoughts and emotions slowly, taking small risks in vulnerability. Over time, women responded with trust and reciprocity. Commitment no longer felt like a cage, it felt like an extension of his personal growth. Actionable advice. First, name the fear. Write it down, say it out loud, examine where it comes from. Then practice incremental commitment. Start small, a consistent hangout, honest conversations, shared goals. Treat commitment as a training ground for your own emotional resilience, not a trap. Here's the kicker. The moment you face this fear head on, the universe responds. High-quality women don't just appear when you're ready, they show up when you're capable of handling the energy and responsibility that comes with them. At this stage, we've covered 4 of the 5 reasons good women walk away. Imaging. 3, attitude. 3, ecosystem. 4, fear of commitment. Notice a pattern yet? Each one is about alignment between your internal state, your behavior, and the environment you inhabit. Miss 1 and the system doesn't work. Miss 2 and women instinctively step back. In the next segment, we're diving into reason number 5, the twist that most men never see coming, your inner circle and how it contaminates your value. This one will pull together everything we've discussed so far and give you that aha moment where the puzzle pieces click. So here's your homework before we move on. Think about your environment and your hidden fears. Are they helping you or silently sabotaging you? Comment below. I want to see who's ready to own their growth. And of course, if you haven't hit that like button yet, do it now. Your future self will thank you. Welcome back to the final segment. By now, you've uncovered 4 major reasons why good women might be slipping away. Your image, your attitude, the ecosystems you frequent, and hidden fears around commitment. But here's the 5th reason, and honestly, it's one that blindsides most men. Reason number 5, your inner circle is contaminating your value. Here's the truth. No man exists in a vacuum. The people you surround yourself with, your friends, colleagues, family, broadcast your values, energy, and priorities to the world, often louder than your own words. Women pick up on this instinctively. Even if you're disciplined, successful, and attractive, if your inner circle is chaotic, lazy, or negative, it taints your perceived value. Let me paint a picture. Imagine 2 guys. Mark has a stable job, good hygiene, and a clear vision for his life. But his friends constantly bail on commitments, gossip endlessly, and live recklessly. David is similar in talent and ambition, but his friends are responsible, ambitious, and supportive. Who do you think a high-quality woman feels safer around? That's right, David. It's not just about what you say or do. Women are assessing alignment with long-term stability and energy, and your social ecosystem is an unspoken part of that equation. One of my clients, Jason, realized this the hard way. He had all the pieces in place: fitness, career, hobbies. Yet every time a promising woman entered his life, she pulled away after a few weeks. The pattern? His group of friends consistently engaged in reckless behavior, undermining his credibility without him even noticing. When Jason started carefully curating who he spent time with, joining mastermind groups, reconnecting with responsible friends, the quality of women he attracted skyrocketed. Actionable advice. Audit your inner circle. Identify the relationships that drain energy or misalign with your goals. Invest more time in people who elevate you, challenge you, and reflect the kind of life you want to lead. Your value is not just who you are, it's who you surround yourself with. Now here's the mind-blowing part most guys miss. Good women aren't rare. Prepared men are. This is the twist that ties everything together. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to reinvent yourself overnight, but you do need responsibility. Responsibility for your image, your attitude, your ecosystem, your fears, and your inner circle. Each one is fully within your control. Fix 1 or 2, and you'll see incremental changes. Fix all 5, you'll start attracting women who see and value your true potential. Think about it like this. High-quality women are like rare gems in a mine. The gems aren't scarce. It's the miners who aren't prepared with the right tools and knowledge. Upgrade yourself, and suddenly the gems are abundant. Let's recap the 5 reasons a good woman may walk away. 1. View. The signals you send online and offline. 2. Attitude. Emotional stability and authenticity. Ecosystem. Where you spend time shapes who you meet. Fear of commitment. Hidden fears block connection. Inner circle. Your environment and friends reflect your value. Here's the core insight. All of this is in your control. Awareness is the first step. Then take small, actionable steps to upgrade your life. Clean up your image, align your attitude, choose the right environments, face your fears, and curate your inner circle. Each step compounds over time, creating magnetic energy that high-quality women naturally gravitate toward. Now it's over to you. Which of these 5 reasons hit home the most? Comment below. I read every single one. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and share it with a friend who's struggling to find the right partner. Trust me, this could be the wake-up call they need. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into female and relationship psychology. Every week, we break down insights that are practical, actionable, and real, so you can start upgrading your love life today. Remember, high-quality women are not rare. You just need to be prepared. Start today and watch how your world changes.